Hello Ielts. So we are again here for Ielts writing. So Ielts writing subtest. For some of the people this is easier one. For some of the people this is really toughest one. The reason is, so in some countries this is most neglected area. Writing is the most neglected area. For some countries people enjoy writing. So it varies person to person when you talk about the Ielts writing. So Ielts writing is really a different writing as compared to the normal writing. So normally, suppose if you are given a task and you are set that you have to write down 300 words on your personality, but you're not given any direction. So you're going to write this sentence, you're going to write this sentence, and of course you complete 300 words from A to B to Z, you complete in any sense. But when it comes down to Ielts writing, my dear, the basic difference between the common writing and Ielts writing is the directions, my dear. So on Ielts subtest writing, you have to follow the directions given by the examiner. So if you go out of the circle of the directions, so you are a flop writer, remember. You might be given a band, but you are not given a band as greater as you follow the directions. So if you follow the directions, then there are great chances that you can get a very good band. So when you talk about Ielts writing, so Ielts writing has two main tasks. Completely, it's a 60-minute test. And these 60 minutes, they're divided into two tasks, task 1 and task 2. So task 1 for general and academic, the people who are just applying for residence, and the people who are just applying for the student visa, task 1 is different for them. So task 2 is same for GT, general training, and AT, academic training. So this is really important to keep in your mind. Because the task 1, the academic students, they are given the stats or maths information, and they have to translate that stats and maths information like table, like bar chart, like pie chart, like graphs, like a process. So they are given stats and maths information, and they have to translate that information into 150 words by following the directions given by the examiner. Directions are important. So when you talk about GT, general training students, they have to write a letter. This is a letter writing. And 90% they are complaints. They are complaint letters, and of course they have to make a complaint on the letter. And when you talk about the task 2, so task 2 is common, is same for general and academic. So task 2, you are given a statement, and on the statement you have to write down 250 words, or maybe 275 words you can go if you make it a very valid point. So it depends upon the point you are making at the time. So this is so much important to keep in your mind. So when you talk about your task 2, so task 2 is called 6 band and task 1 is called 3 band almost. I'm using the word almost. So task 2 is given the more importance as compared to task 1. So task 2 is more important than task 1, and it's got more bands, almost 6 band. And of course, this is really to keep in your mind that if you're just attempting the test, you have to give the great importance to the task 2. So let's talk about the directions now. So directions, they are really important to, of course, follow. So I would like to put an example here. If I request one of my students that you have to button on my shirt, you have to put some button from the market on my shirt, and my student takes my shirt to the market and he has the button on my collar. So I say, oh my God, you have the button on the collar of my shirt. So student says, sir, said that you want to have the button on the shirt. So the collar is a part of shirt, but that is an appropriate place to have button. So button, they should be in the front part of the shirt. So similarly, if you are said, if you are given a task by the examiner and you are asked to write down 150 words on the task 1 and you are asked to write down 250 words on the task 2, you have to follow the directions. You have to put the right words on the right position. You have to write according to the directions. So task 1 direction is the direction for academic. The task 1 direction is summarize information and make comparison. The task 2 direction is give reasons, explanation, and example. So let's say you have written 250 words on task 2, but you have not exemplified. You haven't exemplified anything. So you may be given the band, but not the greater one. So this is important to keep in your mind, that you have to follow the directions given by the examiner. So normally students, they don't follow the directions and they are writing in a disorder, and of course they don't get the bands they deserve. So if you would like to get a great band, you have to follow the directions given by the examiner as far as your IELTS is concerned. I hope you enjoy it.